Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm Herbalist Leo. I help people who struggle with chronic conditions grow their health from the roots up. Today I'm speaking about metabolism, metabolic health, and your health. There is growing evidence that show an association between metabolic health and many chronic conditions that reduce not just life quality, but also life expectancy, especially in the Western world. I'm talking about conditions such as insulin resistance, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, but surprisingly also regenerative diseases such as Alzheimer. To understand the connection between all those conditions and metabolism, you first need to understand what we are talking about when we speak about metabolism. So, what is metabolism? The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines metabolism as the chemical changes in living cells by which energy is provided for vital processes and activities and new material is assimilated. When presenting my work, I tell people that I help my client grow their health from the roots up. What does it mean? One way to increase health from the roots is to cultivate healthy cell function, because cells are the foundation of tissues. Tissues build organs, and organs build systems. The cells are the basic unit of life in our body. If you cultivate health in cells, you really build the health from the basic unit all the way up. To function well, cells need energy. Metabolism is the chemical process through which cells produce energy. An organelle is a tiny organ that lives inside all cells. The organelle that produces energy in itself is called mitochondria. Most cells have more than one mitochondria in them. Organs that have needs for a lot of energy will have more mitochondria in their cells. Organs like the brain, the heart, the kidney have the largest number of mitochondria in each one of their cells. Some people talk about the mitochondria and call it a powerhouse. I like to use the analog of a steam engine. So how does a mitochondria work? Steam engine really revolutionized how we traveled and manufacture goods in factories because they provided an efficient energy source. But all that doesn't come without some work. You need to light the fire, you need to keep the fire going, and you need to clean the ashes every now and then. This is also true for the fire that produces the energy in our cells. So the kindling that starts the metabolic fire. Like anybody who ever started fire, you know you need kindling. Small dry wood sticks and paper. To start the fire, the mitochondria need kindlings like vitamins and minerals. Your body can produce sufficient energy if your diet doesn't include all those vitamins and minerals that the body uses as kindlings. Some of the vitamins and minerals that are needed for energy productions are vitamin B1, B2, B3, B5, zinc, magnesium, iron, copper, and CoQ10. A diet low in nutrient, especially B vitamin, can stop the process of energy production even before it started. What about the wood that feed the metabolic fire? The body uses carbohydrate, protein, and fats as the wood that feeds the metabolic fire. You need enough nutrient to feed your inner engine and the mitochondria to work well. A nutrient-dense diet is essential for cell energy production. A sign of metabolic health is when your mitochondria are flexible, meaning they can use carbohydrate, protein, and fats interchangeably. So they use it all the different sources of nutrient or of food with the same level of efficiency. Even if you eat a nutrient-dense diet, it doesn't always mean that all those nutrients reach your cells. You probably heard the saying, you are what you eat, but it's actually not totally true. You are what you absorb. You need enough stomach acid and a healthy gut to absorb nutrients. What about the ashes? Like in a steam engine, the body too produces ashes. We call them free radicals. Free radicals reduce energy production efficiency and create inflammation. Cleaning your cells from free radicals is as important as cleaning the stove of a steam engine regularly. Foods that are antioxidant bind to the free radicals and help remove them from your body. So there are three types of foods that are antioxidants. The first type is food that is rich with polyphenols. Polyphenols are compounds that are found in many vegetables and fruit, especially in berries like blueberries, strawberries, raspberry, grapes, all those, and olives. Another type, a second type, is veggies from the cruciferous botanical family, such as broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprout, or kale. Those are high in sulfur. And sulfur is a compound that is essential for producing glutathione. Glutathione is a very potent natural antioxidant that your body produces. So eating veggies from the cruciferous family can help you produce more glutathione. Brazil nut, wild-caught seafood, and organ meats are high in selenium, and selenium is pivotal cofactor in recycling glutathione. So you will have even more glutathione if you eat Brazil nuts, wild-caught seafood, and organ meats like liver. The third powerful antioxidant is CoQ10. So I use CoQ10 when I work with clients that struggle with symptoms in body organs and systems that need a lot of energy, like the brain, people with migraines, or like people with high cholesterol and triglyceride that are at risk of a heart disease. So I want to make it easier for the heart to produce energies. I would use CoQ10. The thermostat. So how does your body know how high the fire in each cell should be? Your thyroid gland manages how high your inner fire is. Hypothyroidism happens when your thermostat is set on too low. Your body doesn't produce enough energy. You might feel fatigued. You might gain weight. You will have dry, brittle hair and nails, dry skin, and maybe a cold sensitivity too. In hyperthyroidism, your inner stove is burning much too high. It eats a lot of wood. You use a lot of nutrients. So there is less that is stored in the body. That means that you lose weight. You might feel hot. You might be restless, irritable, fidgety. Hyperthyroidism. Many conditions can interfere with your body inner engine function. However, you can support your body's energy production by providing your inner stove with nutrient-dense diet and by fostering a healthy digestive system so you can absorb all those great nutrients that you are eating. You also want to ensure that the body removes free radicals. The human body developed for over 6 million years, and most of this time, the main worry that people had was not having enough wood to keep the fire going. Modern time, however, at least in the western part of the world, we have the opposite problem. Nowadays, we have access to excess of food. We have too much. But in our brain, our mind didn't get the message yet. So it is still worried about lean times and famine. And it tries to hold on as much fuel as possible. It tries to drive you to eat more than you actually need. And that's create a storage problem because you have more fuel than what you're using. More on the body storage issue next week, when I will take a deep dive into metabolic syndrome, which is basically a storage condition. I hope that was beneficial. I hope there is a light bulb in your head just say, that's what's happening. If yes, please let me know. But if you have any questions, let me know too. I would love to answer them. All of that in the comments. Thank you for watching and listening, and see you next week when I will talk about metabolic syndrome. Bye.